It's already August. It's already August, aka the best month in the history of the entire world. Wanna know why? Well, first off, it's my birth month, so by default, it's already amazing.
Awesome.
Also, August is just spectacular in its own right. I mean, come on, like, it's August, it's so beautiful, and summer vacation, and yeah, let's just take a moment to appreciate the amazingness and awesomeness that comes along with August. Yeah. You go, August. You go. Now, since it's the 1st of August, it also means it's the beginning of a new month, which means it's the perfect time to do a to be read and talk about some books that I plan on reading this. Now, throughout July, I was actually pretty busy. I had an online course that I was actually working on to get ahead for next year and just get a course out of the way. So that consumed a lot of my time, which left me with like barely any time to read. Also before that, I was just in a really huge reading slump. I don't know, it was the first time I was ever in a reading slump, and it sucked because I wanted to read, but I just didn't really have the motivation to. But now I'm slowly getting out of it, which makes me so excited because there are so many books that I plan to read. So for now, I'm just going to try to take it slow and have like a few books that I'll try to get through before expanding my list, so I don't really have like a reading goal for this year. I shattered that with my reading slump. But yeah, I'm just trying to get into it. Alright, so these are the books that I plan to read for the month of August. The first book that I really want to read is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Nixon, I believe. Yeah, so I actually wanted to read this book way last year. I heard about it, and then I go on to Goodreads and I'm like, oh man, the plot sounds really interesting. And I checked the date of when it came out, and turns out it wasn't out yet. No. And yeah, apparently it came out in January 2015, so I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, I have to wait until then, and I was kind of mad because I saw so many reviews for it, and the book wasn't even out yet. I know that's kind of standard protocol for some books, but still, I was pretty anxious. I really wanted to read it. So January comes along, and then I don't know, I was in my reading slump and I didn't know whether to read it or not, and also I didn't know if I should purchase it or not, just because I had never read any books by Jennifer Nixon, and even though the plot sounded good, I'm really like tight on money, especially as a student, so I didn't know if it would be worth it buying the book or not. So I decided to put it on hold at my local library, and from January until now, like, the book didn't come until a few days ago. That's how long the wait was for the book and how in demand it was, so I'm hoping that means it's really good, so I'm excited to read it. I know like the plot kind of reminds me of like The Fault in Our Stars and like a couple other YA novels, so I'm excited to see how that turns out, whether it will be like a good book to stand alone, whether it will distinguish itself from other YA books. So yeah, I'm excited to read that for the month of August. The second book I plan to read in August is Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. Now, if anyone knows me knows that I love the Unwind series by Neal Shusterman. It's one of my favorite series of all time. And so like, obviously I trust his writing a lot, and I really, really want to read this book. I also know that this book, Challenger Deep, touches a lot with like mental illness, and especially within teenagers, and I don't really see that a lot in novels. Personally, like, mental illness is something I've been really into and I want to even learn more about, and I've kind of had my own struggles with it, so I really want to read a book that kind of touches on it and see if I can relate to the main protagonist or some of the themes in the book. I've heard it's really good, so I'm really excited to read that. I know it comes, or like the idea stemmed from Neal Shusterman's own experiences with mental illness within his like friends and in his community, so I'm excited to see what entails and whether it will be an inspiring read or not. I think it will be, so I'm excited to read that. I very much trust him. If you haven't read any of his other novels, go out right now. What are you doing? Go check out Neal Shusterman, because he is awesome. The third book I plan to read in the month of August is actually Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Now, I had wanted to read this book for years now. I heard so many great things about it. I know people really enjoyed it, and it sounds like such a cute and fun, like, YA story, love story. I really love YA love stories, so I really wanted to read that. But then I also heard that there were some problematic aspects of the story. I don't know, some people said they didn't like how some things were portrayed in the novel, and it just kind of turned me off from reading it, because I heard quite a few people actually mention that. So it just turned me off from reading it. I can't really confirm or delve into like what kind of issues people were bringing up, just because I haven't read it myself, so I can't say if they were right, or, you know, I can't really confirm anything. But I can just say that it just kind of made me disinterested from reading it. A few months ago, however, I did end up reading Fangirl by the same author, Rainbow Rowell. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. And I really love Fangirl. It was so fun to read, really enjoyable, just really cute, and I really enjoyed the book. And it really made me want to read Eleanor and Park even more, so I'm excited to read it and see what comes of it and what I think of it. The fourth book I plan to read in August is actually The Fifth Wave. Again, I actually have that book right now as a library book. I renewed it quite a few times. I had wanted to read this book for a while now, but then when I did start it, I don't know, it wasn't bad. It was quite interesting, but I don't know, it wasn't very captivating. It didn't like keep me on the edge of my seat or make me exactly want to know what's going to happen more. And after a while, it just kind of became a little bit of a chore to read it. Keep in mind that I'm really only at like the beginning of the book, like within the first 100 pages, so I'm sure it gets better from what I've heard, but I just kind of stopped reading it. But I definitely want to go into it and read it more. I also know that a movie is coming out pretty soon, in January 2016, and that'll be fun to watch, I think, so I really want to finish the book first and then see if the movie will be worth watching and everything. Hopefully I can get back into it and enjoy it. The fifth book that I plan to read in the month of August is actually Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I really hope I'm pronouncing all of these author names correctly, because yeah, I don't think I am, sorry. But yeah, I really want to read that. I don't know, I actually follow Tahira Mafi on Twitter, and she's just so fun and like she seems like such a great person, and it just makes me really want to read her books. I don't know why I haven't read them so far. I just never got around to them. I've heard kind of mixed things about Shatter Me. I've heard like a lot of good reviews, but I've also heard people say that they just really couldn't get into it. So it's kind of making me a little scared. Hopefully I enjoy it. I don't even know the plot of it. I just know it's about like a 17-year-old girl and something happens, and I don't know if it's dystopian or whatever. I don't know. Well, it seems like it's on the same vein as a lot of YA novels that I read, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. I hope I really enjoy it. Alright, so as a bonus book, I actually am looking forward to reading and getting, hopefully, Percy Jackson's Greek Heroes. Everybody knows I love all things Percy Jackson. I have Percy Jackson's Greek Gods. I think I got it on his birthday last year, like, what, August 18, 19, and I know it's coming out around a similar date this year. So I'm excited to read it. I don't think I'll do a book review on it, same with Greek Gods, just because they have way too many like little stories, and a lot of it is based on like Greek mythology. But yeah, it'll be really cool to read it. So hopefully I can read that, but I know that if I get it, like I'll be able to stretch it out for a long time. Alright, so those were my books that I plan to read in the month of August. Like I said, pretty short list, and a lot of the books are just YA and seem like they're very action-packed and kind of exciting, or like really fluffy and fun, just because I didn't really want to load myself down. I really want things that will kind of excite me or keep me interested and are pretty similar to things that I've read in the past, so I can just feel more comfortable getting into them. Hopefully with September I'll be able to read more books, although the school year will be starting, so I wonder how that's going to turn out. But for this month, hopefully I can read all of those books and more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you have an awesome August, because, like I said, August is amazing. P.S. My birthday is at the tail end of this month, August 31st, which is why I like August a lot. I have so much to look forward to, and then boom, my birthday. In case you want to wish me happy birthday or something. Yeah. Have an awesome August.